Welcome to Kiwatea Street for the ASB Premiership second leg semi-final between Auckland City FC and Waitakere United. The Navy Blues hold a 2-goal advantage from the first leg and will be heavily favoured to complete the job of qualification for the ASB Premiership Grand Final on Sunday the 5th of April. It is of course a special day here at Kiwatea Street for the Butterfly Trust, collecting donations for the rebuild in Vanuatu following Cyclone Pam. There is a lineup for Auckland City, some very familiar names in that lineup. Darren White is there, Michael Denhire gets a start, while for Waitakere United, Danny Robinson adds his extensive experience to a team that also features Andy Boyens and David Mulligan, two former All Whites, and the very experienced Jake Butler. So all to do for the visitors. Iwata. Moreira, that's an intelligent header. Brian Shelley collects it. He's got a tumbling teammate in front of him to contend with. Ball only as far as Iwata. Beelan, then Visilic. Tidy start by the Navy Blues. Oh, wonderful play. Here's Brown. Taking on the Waitakere defence. Checks back onto the right, then the left foot. Iwata's there in support. Beelan. Brown. And this is where Auckland City is so good, of course. This particular brand of possession football. Opponents just don't see the ball for long periods of time. Well, yeah, it looked to be a handball, and the referee, Nick Waldron, spotted it. Here's Waitakere. Manikim. Harshay Reniga on the right. Good spell for Waitakere here. Here's a long-range shot. And it doesn't test the keeper. Well, a scrappy start to this match. There was a feeling at Fred Taylor Park that Auckland was somewhat fortunate in the opening 20 minutes or so. And an opportunity for Mulligan, straight into the wall. Header only as far as Reniga. That's a good ball in. Auckland having to withstand some pressure here. Well, you just get the feeling that if Waitakere can score the first goal here today, that we'll be in for a match. And a foul conceded by Andy Boyens. He's going to get a talking to and a yellow card from referee Nick Waldron. Corner to the far post. There's a shot, and oh, that's a wonderful goal. David Brown has opened the scoring. Auckland City 1-0 up on the day, 3-0 on aggregate. Wonderful control and technique from David Brown. And Danny Robinson couldn't get near it. Moreira, that's a useful layoff for Michael Denhire. Brown, oh, and it's a second for David Brown. And Auckland now, you have to say, 4-0 up on aggregate. There doesn't appear to be any way back for Waitakere. Not now. It was a wonderful ball through by Denhire, and then Brown through the legs of Danny Robinson. Visilic. Moreira. He's having a good game, João Moreira. Very good at holding up the ball and playing back into midfield. Here's Beelan. Denhire. Visilic. Iwata. Brown. Visilic clips it in. Oh, Moreira, an opportunity to add to the total. Good save. No! It's ended up in the back of the net. And João Moreira gets in on the scoring act. It's 3-0 to Auckland, 5-0 on aggregate. It looked a difficult angle here. Robinson got his gloves on it, but couldn't prevent it from hitting the back of the net. And this derby match is turning into something of a rout. 3-0 for Auckland on the day. 5-0 on aggregate. Reniga. Mulligan. Manikim. Butler trying to work himself into space. There's a shot. Oh, and it wasn't far away. Not hit cleanly, but enough for Tamati Williams to give that some consideration. Here's Garcia. Beelan. Iwata lines up a shot, and it's well held by Robinson. Shelley. Moreira. Visilic. That's a great ball by Ivan Visilic. Brown. And Reniga concedes a free kick. This is in a pretty handy position for the Navy Blues. Darren White curls it in, and it's comfortably taken. Belanga. Dordovic. Hasn't had too much to do. Dordovic. Brown. Well, there is a halftime whistle, and it's Auckland City in the ascendancy. 3-0 on the day, 5-0 on aggregate. And Waitakere United look soundly beaten already in this semi-final second leg. And Auckland City look well on course for a fourth consecutive victory over Waitakere United in the ASB Premiership semi-final series over the last two seasons. They won 4-0 and 4-1 last season, 2-0 in the first leg this, and they're 3-0 up today. So the 52nd Super City Derby restarts. Waitakere with a mountain to climb. They want to make sure that they finish off their season with a vastly improved second half. Let's see if they can produce that. Iwata, Moreira. Angel Belanga. Den Hire brings Darren White into play. That's an interesting ball from White. Very good goalkeeping. Den Hire. Latterly spending a bit of time in Japan and the youth set up in the J-League. Kashiwa Reysol, a club that Auckland City are very familiar with, of course, having played Kashiwa in the 2011 FIFA Club World Cup. That's a good ball. David Brown might check on to the right foot. Oh, what a finish! And that's the hat trick for David Brown. Auckland City 4-0 up. And receives the congratulations of his skipper, Ivan Visilic. He's really in red-hot form, David Brown. He's had his issues with injury every now and then, but he's come back even stronger. And look at this finish. Andy Boyens couldn't get the block in. Danny Robinson couldn't get near it either. And it's 4-0 to the Navy Blues. Mulligan wins the ball back for Waitakere. Here he is again, Mulligan. It's a very decent ball. An opportunity. Derice Richards works himself into space, and it's lacking in power. Tamati Williams has a comfortable job. Beelan. Dordovic. Well, oh, and there's a mistake by Belanga. Richards. That's a very good goal from Derice Richards, capitalising on the error by Angel Belanga. And Waitakere United have something to smile about. Richards still had a job to do here. He had to beat Tamati Williams. He did so at the near post. Visilic had appeared on the scene to provide some support, but it wasn't enough. Moreira. Oh, that's a very good ball. Oscar Garcia. The icing on the cake for Auckland. Oh, dear me. Waitakere are looking for an offside flag. It didn't come. That could have very well been 5-1. Here's Garcia. Oh, that's a lovely exchange of play between Garcia and Moreira. He can make up for his earlier miss here. Oh, and he does so. Garcia rounds it off with Auckland City's 5th. And it's 7-1 on aggregate. He went high, it hit the base of the crossbar, bounced over the line. And Auckland City lead 5-1 on the day, 7-1 on aggregate. Auckland have now equalled the all-time highest score against their arch rivals here of 5-1. As they pour forward, looking for a 6, it's Andrew Milne. Robinson saves with his feet. And Milne and Boyens getting into a tangle there. Of course, the first time that Auckland City defeated Waitakere United by this margin was on the 12th of February 2006. That was also at Kiwitea Street. Jake Butler, ever the competitor, goes straight through Michael Denhire, earns a yellow card. Well, this is also Auckland City's 12th consecutive victory. That stretches all the way back to the 3-1 defeat on the same ground against the Wellington Phoenix Reserves in January. Oh, and there's another chance to present itself perhaps. Well, there it is, the most comprehensive of semi-final victories for Auckland City. They've won 5-1 on the day. A hat-trick for David Brown, a goal apiece for João Moreira and Oscar Garcia. Derice Richards scored the reply for Waitakere United, but it was always going to be a mere consolation over 2 legs, which have clearly fallen in favour of the defending champions. Their opponents in the final, scheduled for Sunday, April the 5th, will be Hawke's Bay United, who scored an upset victory in the capital today over Team Wellington. It's their first ASB Premiership Grand Final. For Auckland City, it will be their 8th. And the Auckland City supporters are more than happy with what they've seen today. One more game to come in the domestic season. Sunday, April the 5th, the ASB Premiership Grand Final.